Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into exercises that specifically target your forearms and wrists, giving you the thick, muscular arms you've always wanted. Now, while many people focus on biceps and triceps for upper body strength, the forearms and wrists often get overlooked. But trust me when I say this, strengthening and developing these areas is just as crucial as the bigger muscles, and can make a huge difference in your overall upper body aesthetics and performance. So, let's break it down. There are numerous exercises designed to bulk up your forearms, but there are fewer exercises that actually help to grow your wrists. This is a bit of a tricky subject because, as we'll soon see, you can't really increase wrist size the same way you can pump up forearms. But don't worry, there are still plenty of things you can do to make those forearms pop and indirectly enhance the appearance of your wrists. Before I jump into my top 8 picks for exercises that target both forearms and wrists, let's first answer a very important question: can you actually make your wrists thicker? And what exactly makes up your forearms? Can you really get thicker wrists? Let me be clear about something: achieving thicker wrists is a near impossible task. Why? Because your wrists are composed of bones, tendons, and skin, but very little muscle tissue. Muscle growth is what typically leads to visible size increases in other parts of the body. But with the wrists, you're mostly working with bones. While you can't change the bone structure of your wrists, you can work on the muscles that surround the wrist area, like the forearms. The result? A noticeable improvement in the appearance of your wrist to forearm ratio, and the illusion of thicker wrists when paired with larger forearms. The real key is to focus on bulking up the forearm muscles, which offer far more potential for growth. While the wrists themselves may not grow much, your forearms, made up of several muscle groups, can develop into powerful, defined assets. And if you've got a smaller bone structure to start with, you're in luck. Smaller frames tend to highlight muscle definition more, which will give the appearance of bigger forearms and thicker wrists. Anatomy of the forearm. Before we talk about exercises, let's quickly go over the forearm anatomy to understand what we're working with. Your forearms consist of 3 main muscle groups. 1. Wrist flexors. These muscles are located on the front of your forearm. They are responsible for flexing your wrist and are activated during motions like gripping or curling. 2. Wrist extensors, located on the opposite side. These muscles help to extend the wrist. Working on these will not only improve wrist flexibility but will also add to the size of your forearms. 3. Brachioradialis. This is the largest muscle in the forearm. It is responsible for a large portion of the bulk you see in a well-developed forearm. It becomes highly activated when lifting or carrying heavy weights, or performing movements like reverse curls. So, now that you understand the anatomy, let's jump into the best exercises you can do to develop massive forearms and give your wrists a little love too. Best exercises for building forearms and wrists. To see noticeable results, aim to perform these exercises 2 to 3 times a week. For each exercise, try to complete at least 3 sets, and make sure to push yourself to failure in each set. The more you challenge your muscles, the better the growth you'll experience. 1. Wrist extensions. Wrist extensions target the wrist extensors and help add thickness to the forearm, indirectly improving the wrist's appearance. To perform this exercise, grab a pair of dumbbells, sit on a bench, and rest your forearms on your thighs with your palms facing downward. Let your wrists hang off the edge of your knees. Slowly, extend your wrists by lifting the dumbbells as far as you can, then lower them back to the starting position. Keep the movement controlled and focused on feeling the stretch in your forearms. 2. Wrist curls. This is a simple but highly effective exercise that directly targets the wrist flexors. Sit on a bench with a pair of dumbbells in your hands, palms facing up. Rest your forearms on your thighs, letting your wrists hang over the edge. Lower the dumbbells down toward your feet, allowing your wrists to fully extend. And then curl the weights back up by flexing your wrists as much as you can. For an added challenge, try using a heavier weight or performing slow, controlled reps for better muscle engagement. 3. Grip crushers. Grip strength is essential not only for building forearm strength but also for improving wrist stability. A simple but highly effective exercise is using hand grippers or a wrist squeezer. Squeeze the handles until they touch, hold for a second, and then slowly release. Perform several sets with lighter grippers, progressively working up to harder resistance levels. It's a great exercise to isolate the forearms and boost grip power, which translates to bigger, stronger arms overall. 4. Hammer curls. Hammer curls are similar to traditional bicep curls, but they target the brachioradialis, the primary muscle responsible for forearm size. Grab a pair of dumbbells with a neutral grip, palms facing each other, and curl the weights toward your shoulders, keeping your elbows close to your body. Focus on controlling the movement both up and down to really engage the forearms and maximize muscle activation. 5. Reverse curls. Reverse curls are an excellent way to hit the brachioradialis and build forearm mass. Use a barbell or dumbbells with an overhand grip, palms facing down. Hold the barbell or dumbbells with your arms extended at shoulder width. Then curl the weights toward your chest, keeping your elbows fixed in place. As you lower the weights back down, resist gravity and feel the burn in your forearms. The reverse curl is essential for building forearm size and strength. 6. Farmer's carry. The farmer's carry is a full body exercise that also works wonders for your forearms. Grab a pair of heavy dumbbells or kettlebells and hold them at your sides. Stand tall with your chest up, shoulders back, and core engaged. Walk for a set distance or time, keeping your grip tight and your posture strong. This exercise will not only improve forearm strength but will also help with shoulder stability, core strength, and overall endurance. 7. Inverted rows. Inverted rows are fantastic for building overall upper body strength, but they also put a lot of emphasis on your forearms. Set a barbell in a Smith machine or squat rack at about waist height. Lie under the bar with your hands gripping the bar in an overhand position, slightly wider than shoulder width. Pull yourself up toward the bar by engaging your forearms, keeping your body straight from head to heels. Lower yourself back down slowly to complete one rep. The more horizontal you are, the more challenging this exercise becomes. 8. Towel pull-ups. If you're looking for a challenging exercise to really engage your forearms, towel pull-ups are perfect. Wrap 2 towels around a pull-up bar, and grab a towel with each hand. Perform your pull-ups as you normally would, but since you're gripping towels, your forearms will be forced to work much harder. This exercise is intense and challenging, so don't be discouraged if you can't do many reps at first. Just build up your strength over time. Pro tips for maximum forearm development. Now that you've learned some key exercises, it's time to add a few tips that will help you accelerate your forearm and wrist growth. 1. Increase training volume. To truly build muscle, you need to challenge your forearms and wrists with enough volume. Increase the total weight lifted or the number of reps you do each week. By progressively overloading your muscles, you'll force them to grow stronger and larger. Track your progress and gradually increase weights or reps over time. 2. Eat more protein. Building muscle requires fuel, and protein is your best friend when it comes to muscle growth. Aim to eat at least 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Protein is made up of amino acids, which are essential for muscle repair and growth after workouts. 3. Commit to consistency. Just like any muscle group, building your forearms and wrists takes time and consistency. Commit to your training routine, and don't skip your forearm exercises. As you continue to train them regularly, you'll see substantial improvements in both size and strength. Final thoughts. Building massive forearms and wrists requires a combination of targeted exercises, proper nutrition, and consistency. While you can't drastically increase wrist size due to genetic and anatomical limitations, you can certainly improve the muscle definition and size of your forearms, which will enhance the overall appearance of your arms. Stick with these exercises, stay committed, and before you know it, you'll be flexing impressive forearms that stand out. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fitness tips. See you in the next one.